Hey, what's up guys? So in this YouTube video, we're going to talk about the most common locating business model FAQs, right? The frequently asked questions. We see a lot of these questions all the time, and we get these questions weekly all the time, right? So whether it's like a follower or a Facebook group member inside of our free apartment locating school Facebook group, actually it's right there. You guys should join this. We exchange free referrals, so this might be a really great way to work with your first couple of clients in the industry. So there's not a lot of us in this group. There's like 2,200 members, but a lot of us are really focused on this niche, and we're really focused on how to make money in real estate, and everyone's really helpful and friendly, right? So you should definitely join the Apartment Locating School. It's a private Facebook group, but we'll approve you if you join, right? Just say you're from YouTube, and then we will approve you. It's free. Okay, cool. So anyhow, guys, let's talk about a lot of these common questions that we get, because if you are interested in the apartment locating model, probably it's going to make sense for you to learn all about the frequently asked questions, right? So in case maybe one of your questions are covered in this video, then that's good, right? Because I'm going to answer comprehensively and give out solutions to all this stuff, right? So let's start the video right now, and hopefully this adds a lot of value, okay? So the first question we get is, let's start with this one. Do I need a real estate license to do this job? Okay. Yes, you do in most states. The only exception is Colorado. You don't, but we still recommend getting licensed either way. It makes everything easier. So yeah, you do need a real estate license to do apartment locating for sure. But in Colorado, there's actually an exception. You don't need a license there. Now, even though you don't need a license there, technically, I suppose you could just work from anywhere, because you can do this job remotely as long as you have a laptop, right? And you run ads in Colorado. You could technically do this job from anywhere and just work the Colorado market, even though that's a possibility. And a lot of the students have suggested that to us. They're like, hey, I live in California, but locating is in Colorado and it's more popular there, like in Denver. Why can't I just work remotely from Colorado and not even have to have a license? Yeah, that's true. You could do that. But the thing is, we recommend getting licensed anyways, because it just really speeds everything up as far as collections, not having to re-explain yourself to buildings that are like, why are you not licensed? And then you have to respond and be like, in the state of Colorado, you don't need a license to do apartment locating or anything multifamily, right? It's annoying to have to keep explaining that. It also makes you look more professional if you do have a real estate license. So even though Colorado is the exception on multifamily, I would just still get licensed anyways, right? Colorado exam is easier than Florida. It's easier than Texas to get licensed anyways, right? And then you can work under a firm that'll handle your collection. So just get licensed, guys. Just get licensed. Okay, let's go on to the next question here. Do I have to join your brokerage firm to take your program, the ALM 2.0, the locating masterclass? No, of course not. We want you to go or stay where you're most comfortable being sponsored. Our program is available to anyone who wants to learn the ins and outs of the apartment locating industry and obtain an unfair advantage. So yeah, guys, you don't have to join our firm. I mean, we don't even market our firm really, okay? We provide a brokerage firm solution where we will sponsor our paid students, the ones that are more advanced and they don't need leads provided. They just want someone to do their collections, and they want someone to pay for their software monthly subscriptions that we teach, right? It's all about using the right software to really take off your locating business, because you can automate a lot of daily annoying tasks, okay, with the right software, right? Like having a calendar, taking Zoom calls, having a CRM. We teach all of that. We provide the one-click drip campaigns, etc., right? So a lot of our students, naturally, after going through our program, they're like, hey, we already know how to market because you taught us. So they're like, can we just join your firm and you collect for us, so we can just focus on closing and you guys collect for us and then pay for our monthly subscription? So we do that. Like if you join our firm, the National Association of Locators, we will pay for all of the monthly software that we teach, and we will collect for you. But we're not offering it in an in-person office, and we're not providing leads. That's why we can offer 100% split with a small retainer. Okay, but it's really not a good fit for everyone, especially if you're brand new. So I would recommend instead, if you're new, I would recommend going to a locating focused brokerage firm that's local to your market, and then just piggyback off of their free leads that they'll give you, and then just work there until you're more advanced or enter our program. Okay, then we can sponsor you later. But no, everyone can take our coaching program. We'll still coach you, support you, help you set up all your back-end systems, and teach you how to locate the right way. You don't have to, like, it's not a requirement to join our firm. And the reason I don't make it a requirement is because when I first started off in locating, a lot of the firms were like, hey, we'll train you if you join our firm. And it was really annoying because I just wanted to learn the industry. I didn't want to sign a contract or move all of my operations and start working under a firm just for them to teach me, right? So, and there was little to no support on Google just looking stuff up. So that's a big reason why I started my YouTube channel, and I offer this coaching program with no requirement to join my firm, because that's how it was for me. You had to pick a firm in order for them to train you. They would not give you any advice unless you picked a firm to work under, right? And some firms, I'm not going to name any names, but they wanted you to sign a contract. I was always against that. So I will teach people, whoever is interested in learning the business, and you don't have to join my firm. Okay, let's move on. Let's see here. Is this a monthly subscription or a one-time fee? No, so our program is a one-time fee. It's not a monthly subscription at all. So this is a good question. People ask us hey, how much in total do we have to pay for all the other systems and softwares that you teach? How much is that? Okay, so that's a good question. So the answer is that it's dramatically lower. First of all the monthly overhead as a locator is dramatically lower than if you were a traditional realtor, because you have to sign up for the MLS, join your local board, pay all the fees, get a super key or a lockbox. All of that stuff is expensive. I think we worked out the math. It was $170 a month just to be a realtor and join the MLS, right? In Austin. It could be more in California. I think it is more in California. So it is going to be less than all of that. All right. So the only required tools as an apartment locator basically is your locator database, because you want to see what it looks like. Let me just pull it up real quick. Okay. So this is the database that we teach. It's very, very basic, and this gives you a way to search for apartments, filter what they're looking for. Let's say someone wants a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for I don't know, a crazy good deal, $1,900, in the domain, right? So what we could do is we could draw a quick area on the map here. Look how easy this database is. I'm just gonna run a quick search in literally 1 minute. Check this out. So domain is here. So we draw a little circle around the Arboretum and the domain in North Austin. Boom. Okay, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $1,900. That's kind of low for the domain, but let's see what pops up. Boom, tons of apartments, and they pay pretty well. So you would select a couple of these and then just email it over to your client. That's the whole job, actually, right? And then once we're done, and let's say they pick an apartment, right? What we can do is you can go here to leads and more, go to new invoice and create an invoice. Let's pretend we leased it I don't know, the residences at the domain, right? So or any domain property, residences at the domain. You type that in, it's already pre-populated. The client is John Doe. All right, the unit number is 105. And then the rental amount is $1,950 for a 2-2, and they're paying 125%. So the commission's $2,437 that we just made, and then we're gonna put in the move-in date of I don't know, the 29th of September, right? Boom, saved. So that's it. I just made an invoice. Once I hit save, I can print it off, I can email it, I can drop it off, I can upload it to the collections department, right? It's really easy. So all you really need is this tool, right? And this tool is $42 a month, okay? So that's all it actually takes to be an apartment locator. The first 3 years I worked in the industry, all I did was pay for the database. I would just work all the free leads my broker would give me. I was an agent at Citywide in North Austin my first 3 years. Okay, that's all I did is work their free leads and then market organically on sites like Craigslist, Marketplace myself manually. I didn't even use the auto poster that I teach in the new program we're about to release. Didn't even use that. I just manually posted, and I made 15, 16, 17K a month, sometimes 20, right? Just manually with the database. So you don't need anything other than your database, but the way we teach the industry, I do teach a CRM to organize your contacts. It's so valuable to have a CRM, right? We teach Trello. Trello's free, actually. There's no cost for that. So the only things you really need are the database. It's $42 a month, and then Trello for organization, but that's free. And then the other systems are like a CRM, which is like $49 a month. The auto pre-qual system that we use is $25 a month. That's actually super valuable because that's how you get your pre-qual automatically done for you, right? So you don't have to work like how I did my first 3 years, asking people the same thing. Do you have any broken leases? What's your credit score? When you want to move in? Like, you don't have to do that anymore, right? If you leverage the software that we teach, okay? The landing page, I like using ClickFunnels. We give our students a pre-made template for ClickFunnels, but then you still have to sign up for ClickFunnels. So there is another way we teach where you can use your CRM to get a free landing page if you don't want to pay for ClickFunnels, right? So the landing page is basically free. You can go through your CRM. We walk you through how to do that in the program. So really what's required is $42 a month, just a database and Trello, which is free. But if you want to go all out, it's like $116 a month with your CRM, your database, your auto pre-qual system, assuming you have a free landing page. You know, it's like $116 a month is what the way we teach locating, okay? It's not necessary, but it'll make your job a lot easier, okay? Cool, so now you understand the cost. Still cheaper than the $170 a month if you were just a traditional realtor with no software, right? It's like $170 a month in Austin to be a realtor with MLS access and the super keys and everything set up. It's $170 a month plus your CRM, which is $50 a month. Right, so then you're at like $230 a month plus anything else you use. Like, you know, all of these softwares are still relevant for realtors too. So you would have to pay like $116 a month plus $170 to if you're in the MLS, right? So you're effectively still saving $170 a month if you were a traditional real estate agent. So the cost to be a locator is less, right? And the average income of an apartment locator now in 2023, if you look it up, is higher than the average income of a realtor. Isn't that cool? It's because it's a niche business. All right, let's keep on going down. How much experience does Pierre have? I have 9 years of experience, okay? But most of my digital marketing experience comes from other businesses I've tried, like Amazon FBA. I scaled my first product to $30K a month net profit, and then I released 3 other products. So a lot of my digital marketing knowledge came from mentors I've invested in and doing the FBA business model, okay? Naturally with Amazon FBA, I learned how to drop ship, so I had a site for that. I have experience with drop shipping, like on Shopify, and then I ran a paid ads agency. Okay, all of those businesses were really good, but it was hard to scale because Amazon essentially controls your whole business. So it's not even really yours unless you have a separate website. That's why I got into drop shipping. I had my own website. But then drop shipping is not ideal either because once the trend ends, everyone loses money. Like, you know, there's a trending product, people make money, you drop ship for it, and then it's no longer new, and then you lose money. So like all of these internet businesses are not very reliable, right? And I liked running a paid ads agency, but after you get your 11th client, the way I did, it's a lot of work, right? And then you have to hire staff, and then you have to still manage everything so people's ads campaign are working and they're still efficient. So it's a lot of work and it's hard to scale, unlike locating, because apartment locating is reliable. Like Amazon's not going to shut your business down all of a sudden. It's not trendy and it goes away like drop shipping. Like locating, everyone always will need an apartment. They're going to turn 18 and want to move out forever. Okay, mortgage rates are super high. They're like 8% right now, so no one even wants to purchase. Plus the home value and the sales price they've increased. So everything's expensive to buy and there's a high interest rate. So people right now are renting. They're renting a lot. So locating is great right now, but it'll never go away. Even when buying is a good idea, people will still want to rent. So it's not like drop shipping, like it's consistent. I like apartment locating. So after I learned all this stuff, because I worked as a manual apartment locator for 3 years to do 6 figures, okay, like 15, 20K a month. I was a manual apartment locator. Then I learned all this digital marketing stuff. And then I thought to myself, crap, man, these businesses aren't reliable like real estate. Why don't I take my newfound knowledge, bring it back to locating, an industry that I trusted because it's real estate. It's never going to go away, right? And I used all of my new knowledge that I picked up with these internet businesses, like how to do a CRM, a sales funnel, how to run ads. I used all of that in my locating business for the first time, and everything blew up, right? My work was easier, more efficient, and I made way more money. That's when I finally hit 40, 50K months, is when I brought digital marketing inside of locating. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for me to do 40 or 50K months. Without software, you can't do that. Like, that is so rare. To do 40 or 50K as an apartment locator with no software is like impossible. There's so much manual work, right? So you have to automate that stuff. That's why we have a program teaching you how to do that. All right, let's continue. How long is the course and how long will I have support? So the program takes like 2 weeks to watch and then another 2 weeks to set things up, etc. Okay, there's an offer that we have where we'll do your setup. So that's an option if you don't want to do the infrastructure that we teach. It's kind of daunting. It's like a couple hours of work. So you can pay us to do it, or if you like the advanced students that become agents of ours, we do all their onboarding and setup for them and pay for their subscriptions, okay? But the course isn't long. It's not long. It's like 2 weeks. You'll watch it all, 2 or 3 weeks, and then another 2 weeks to implement. So like in a month, in like a month or two, you can completely change your life and your income inside of real estate, okay? So that's what we do. We have support in our new program coming up. We're gonna do live Zoom support every single week, multiple times in a week. So if you ever get stuck anywhere, then you can just talk to my team live, right? That's the whole idea. Okay, how much can I expect to make with this business? We always get this question a lot, like how much can I make, right? This is a fully commission-based job, so I don't know. Are you gonna wake up in the morning? Like, who knows these things, right? But we do have students that like are making 6 figures easily. It's easy to get over 10K, even without systems. Like, if you're not doing over 10K, something's going on. You know, you have something set up wrong if you can't at least break over 10K, because this is a job with high commission potential. We're talking $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 every time you refer someone over to an apartment. So you do that 5 times, you're already at 10 or 15K. Okay, so it's very easy. I've leased like 40 people in a month before. You can do 5 or 10. All right, and that'll put you over $10,000 a month. We have a student in San Antonio that just hit 44K in San Antonio. Like, that's not even, like, Austin's better than San Antonio. He did 44K in San Antonio, that city. Okay, so there's a lot of potential here. We can only kind of tell you the range. We've got students making 10, 20, 30, 40K. It's really easy to do over 10K. I don't know though. I mean, it's fully commissioned. So I don't know how much you're going to try. Are you going to actually watch the whole program? Are you going to give it your all? Can you connect with people and speak clearly over the phone? You know, there's a lot of factors there. So you can basically get out what you put in with this model. Okay. So that's all we can really tell you, because it's 100% commission based. It's a multifactorial question, so it's hard to answer. Hopefully that helps, okay? Here I say, you should see a good result in 3 months. Lastly, the average locator income is higher than the average realtor income. Google it. You know what? Why don't we Google that right now, okay? Apartment locator average income. I'm going to prove this to you right now. All right, we got Indeed.com here. It says average locator real estate agent yearly pays like 75 grand. That's one source. We've checked like Glassdoor before. Look at this one, Zippia, apartment locator overview, 60 grand a year. We come up to like the first result. It's like 34 to 44 an hour. So what even is that? Let's see. This one says 48. What is 44 an hour times 40 a week times 4 a month times 12? That puts you at 84. So $44 an hour. This is salary.com. That would mean you make 84,480. Like, that's average, guys. The average income for a realtor is like 40 grand. Okay, so like we just looked at 3 different sources. You can make more money as a locator, and it's an easier job with no paperwork. Like, you know? So don't trust me, there's Google, there's 3 results right there. So let's continue. Let's see, can I do this alone or do I need to work for a company? So yeah, you do need to work under a sponsoring broker if you're a real estate agent, because having your own broker's license is more rigorous. You need 4 years of on-the-job experience, and you need more schooling and pre-licensing courses. Also, the test to become a broker is much harder than the normal real estate agent license, like way harder, okay? So if you're not a broker and you just have a normal real estate license, not a broker's license, you have to work under a sponsoring brokerage firm. But it's fine, because a lot of times the brokerage firms will handle your collections, make sure you're paid on time. They will provide you a handful of free leads every month that you can make thousands of dollars off of. And then in exchange, you pay them a small percentage of your total income for the month. That's called a broker agent split, okay? Cool, and they all arrange. Let's see, can I work under a general realty firm, or does the firm need to specialize in locating? So this is the biggest mistake people make. They try to do apartment locating, and then they pick a firm that's really traditional, like, I don't know, like Keller Williams, Remax, any of those firms, right? Like, they're great firms, but they don't specialize in locating. So the problem is that they're not vendor verified or established. We have a lot of students that, like, their best friend is a broker, so they try to sponsor them so they get like 100% commission, but that doesn't work out, because your brokerage firm needs to be vendor verified, approved, all the fees paid, and they need to understand how to collect and how to upload invoices to the right systems, right? Making an invoice on your database is easy, but you have to upload it to the correct systems, and there's several different systems. There's like NetCafe, RMIS, OPS. There's so many different ones. So you have to have a firm that understands how to do that, or not, you're gonna have a bad time. So go to a firm that specializes in locating. That's like the only option. Okay, cool. And some firms do locating and home sales, so they'll let you do both, right? To shop around in your local market. Okay, cool. You know what? We've gone really far here. I will continue this FAQ video on the next YouTube video. This has gone really long, all right? So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this helps you answer a lot of the common questions that you might have. And stay tuned for part 2 of this FAQ video, and then we will do the rest in that video. All right, guys, see ya on the next one. Bye-bye.